Hey, this is Laura. I'm going to be making a response video to a TED Talk I saw by Hans Gosling. In the video, he focuses on washing machines and the impact that they have made on people's lives. It's an interesting video, and it's not as long as most of the TED Talks, so I recommend you check it out. He starts the video with a more personal account of what this revolutionary technology meant in his life and to his family, because their first washing machine didn't come until he was 4 years old. His grandmother was so amazed when they did get it that she sat there and watched the entire first cycle. Technology has come a long way from when washing machines were cutting edge, and today it's kind of one of those many technologies that we take advantage of on a daily basis. It's become a convenience in our lives and a tool to making us more productive and efficient, which is something that I kind of think is a pretty basic rule and goal of technology, as well as showing progression in our society. We can now, load our clothes and go off and do homework, read a book, surf the web, whatever kind of stuff that we need to get done in the meantime. All of our energy is now not wasted on hand washing clothes, but instead goes towards more productive areas of our lives. But on a daily basis, we never really focus on how much this technology really does for us. The washing machine, which used to be a miracle to most, seems like a necessity in modern times and less of a luxury. And as technology progresses as a whole, older technologies kind of fall by the wayside, which isn't a necessarily bad thing, but it does mark this growing class divide among people, between the whole developing and developing areas, which gets highlighted in the video. He highlights this in the video by pointing out the fact that only 2 billion people of the 7 billion that live on Earth have a washing machine. So we kind of see that this divide is exemplified through technology and who gets it. Progress is intended and targeted at the richer. The progress of this whole green movement is a good example of this, because where it will make the biggest difference is among the rich, and that's who can afford it and who uses the most energy. This new technology will not really affect the masses until it's already old to others, if and when it does. It's only once we kind of climb this social ladder to where a washing machine is a necessity that progress will readily occur, which may prove to be a limitation in the future, since we have an exponentially growing population among more developing places. So, how technology will account for this is going to be an interesting question to see answered. It may continue to progress in this more frugal manner to where it has right now, because it seems to have transitioned from making more necessary new technology such as washing machines to developing iPad 2s, which I don't see ever being really justified as a necessity. And this whole green movement in particular will have many limits to overcome in terms of verifying itself as valuable and affordable to all. Therefore, it might be good to consider whether or not a balance needs to be found between efficiency and convenience and progress. Progress, which is defined as moving forward, doesn't really account for the majority of people that need to catch up in productivity to the world of convenience in order to be competitive in the global market, as well as to see the moral betterment aspects of progress and technology. So this role of technology in our lives will never cease to exist, and instead, I think, grow, but it will be something that we'll have to maybe change a little bit in order to reach the majority of the global population and where it is going. It is also interesting to see how technology has not altered gender stereotypes, mostly because how technology is advertised, I think. Technology is made for women and targeted towards them, such, things like washing machines, whereas technology that is geared towards men is going to be more of like electronic power tools. Even though both of these are necessities, everyone has to wash their clothes, everyone has to fix things every once in a while, they are specifically geared towards certain genders using them. And this type of gendered technology ties in with the whole article of the Smart House, which showed how, women shouldn't worry that their motherly or household roles are being taken over because these houses are taking on labored processes, that there will be plenty of time for them to do, their domestic roles, and in fact we'll have more time to focus on other aspects of it. And to me this is just kind of interesting because we are in a society that is progressing towards equality rights and rights of women being treated and seen as doing and wanting the same things as men. So for Smart House, which is something that is going to be more futuristic to us and is not yet something that we are ready to handle, I think that they in general will have to change kind of their aspects of marketing and some of the things that they want to kind of initiate in the process because of this. I think that, our society, by the time it is ready for that, will be a lot more gender equal, and therefore I think it's going to be interesting to see how technology and the way it's marketed responds to that. I think that just in general, this separation between genders will decrease. Something else I found interesting from the reading that kind of brought up something that I had been questioning myself was this whole idea of technology being beneficial, and the fact that, if we have smart houses take over everything, that it really will improve our society, because I kind of felt myself that in response people might become lazier or in fact less self-sufficient. But while it's not a direct connection, it made it very clear to me when the presenter in the video talked about how with washing machines becoming an important part of their lives, they had more time for things such as reading, which helped him find his career path. And to me that was good because it responded to my question by kind of countering it. It really reminded me that people as a whole are always very inquisitive and have this curiosity to them, and therefore, while certain aspects will be taken away from us, daily tasks, whatever it may be, we will always have that inquisitive side to us, and with more free time, we will in fact, I think, increase what we do towards education and learning, because I think that we will always be pushing and wanting more as a society, and that, there's always going to be new limits and everything, so therefore I think, with this wanting to learn and this push, that there will be more progression and advances always in society, which I kind of wanted to touch upon because I know in class we talked about progress and its definition, and the fact that it kind of alluded to the fact that there would be an endpoint, but based on this inquisitive side to us and everything, and the more time that we will have to kind of explore different things that we never really thought about before, I don't think progress will ever see an end. I think that there will always be limitations and wants for us to touch upon. So, therefore, I think that we will always have progression and new technologies and obstacles.